Hello, Sonor family. Jules here, and it's time for the big reveal. I haven't been secretive about the fact that I wanted to get a drum to replace my ProLite since the ProLite's going away, and trying to support the Sonor brand, I like to stay current on my gear, and so I was looking for something current, and I looked at the compressors, and the compressors are fine. I've got one that I rigged up with the hella hoops and a dual glide throw off, and it's great. And they're great just like they are. But when you've been kind of geeking out on the higher end with the dual glide system and all that stuff, you just want what you want. And so I kind of alluded to something in another video, and some people seem to assume that I was getting the artist bronze. So I'll just tell you right now, if somehow I led you to believe that I was getting the artist bronze, well, you're damn right I did. That's exactly what I got. And I'm very excited for a number of reasons. I have talked to Tal Bergman, and as it stands right now, things can always change. Something could change his mind, or something could come up that this doesn't happen for whatever reason. But as it stands right now, he and I are going to do another conversation, hopefully soon, about what led him to that drum and how that became just about the only snare drum he uses these days. And so on my end, what I'm going to do, I'm going to test some different drum heads. I've got a boatload of heads on hand, and I'm going to try some different heads and some different tunings. When I was a dealer, a Sonor dealer 20 years ago, I also was a dealer for Aquarian. And at the time, it was owned by Roy Burns, and Roy would call me from time to time to see how things were going, see how he could help me with my business. And an idea that he gave me one time was and this was more towards selling drum heads than snare drums, but he suggested I take a really good quality snare drum, put a good head on it, tune it up right, and take it out to gigging bands and let them play it for a song or a set or whatever. So part of this deep dive product review I'm going to do is going to be me actually taking this snare drum out and letting live drummers play it. Plus, I've got some friends that have studio sets and all that. We're going to do all that. So I got to get this together. It's going to take a little time because it just does. But I'm going to bring some video to you soon of all that. Soon, I hope. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's also going to be well over and above what you're seeing from retailers. The typical retail, and that's fine for what they're doing. They're just trying to sell drums, and they can't possibly every different item they've got. They can't do a deep dive on this level. So, they do the low tuning, the not so low tuning, the mid, the highs, the really highs, or whatever they do. And that's a really good representation of how the drum's going to sound in a similar setting. Well, buddy, we're going to do studio, we're going to do live indoor, we're going to do live outdoor, we're going to cover everything. So, and it's going to be a lot of fun getting response from these different drummers. And as you know, this is a pretty heavy snare drum. So I'm looking forward to all that. I want to capture all that with these guys and get some video of, audio and all that while they're playing to present that, and then actually get commentary after the set and see what they had to say about how they liked it or didn't like it. You know what? Everything's not for everybody, but this is going to be a full-on thing. I'm not going to pad anything. If somebody just flat doesn't like it, I'm going to leave it in there. Thank God we don't all like the same thing. Can you imagine if there was only one snare drum model on the planet? That'd be a pretty freaking boring, boring selection, wouldn't it? So we're just going to leave it like it is. And that's one thing about my channel. I'm not a retailer. I don't owe it to anybody to put a positive front, although generally it is. I'm very pro Sonor, and I want to help Sonor sell drums. And so, but at the same time, I want to be transparent too, and we're definitely going to do that. A big shout out to my good friend Tim. I got it in my head that I was going to get this or a drum, and he wound up buying some a ProLite shell set from me, and he made that happen for me pretty quick. And then facilitation also was assisted by someone else that that wants to remain out of this. And it's not probably anybody you would guess. So anybody you've known me to be affiliated with, uh, that has nothing to do with this. So whole different thing. But anyway, this is going to be a lot of fun, y'all. I'm very excited about having the drum after all these years of kind of halfway wanting it, and then finally locked in and got it. And it's just amazing. And having it is amazing. I haven't played it yet, but it's just going to be a lot of fun getting this all put together. Hang in there with me. More content's coming, and we will talk soon.